Hi guys, today we have Garima Kumari who has recently given an industrial training interview in BPCL in the indirect tax department. So we will be discussing with her journey and what sorts of questions which were asked in this profile in industrial training department for the industrial training profile. Hi Garima, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Thank you
How
for
you are
asking.
feeling to come out here?
I'm really excited too, and I'm really grateful that you had given me this opportunity.
Yeah. So the questions normally, what sort of questions actually asked this BPCL to you, and before that, actually, how did you actually apply in this BPCL? So please highlight on these areas.
Sure. So I got to know about the vacancies in BPCL from the existing industrial training. So I approached him directly for the vacancies in BPCL, and he said, "Ki yes, there is a vacancy," and I forward him my CV, and that's how I got HR call for the interview.
To whom did you forwarded your CV and all?
Existing industrial training or ex-industrial training,
Okay,
who
to
is working in the BPCL itself
referral
from LinkedIn.
from
Yeah.
LinkedIn. Great.
Mm.
And what sort of questions actually asked in this profile to you in BPCL?
Sure. So, firstly, the normal question like, tell me about yourself and go. Please get me through your CV. So, in that question, they ask me regarding my background, and then they ask me regarding my articleship experience, which is majorly is in taxation only. So, my experience was in direct tax and the indirect tax. So, my profile was in indirect tax. Firstly, they asked me question about the direct tax. Like I had written that I had filed income tax return of companies SSCs like companies, trust, and the HUF and partnership. They ask me questions like what kind of form you fill for the company, like which form you fill for ITR form you fill for companies, partnership form, and the trust. So they will ask you mostly question from your CV itself. So get please reconfirm whatever you had written in your CV. And talking about the indirect tax, so I had worked in GST already. So they asked me question like firstly they had asked question regarding my experience only. So they asked me how do you fill GSTR 9, that is annual return, when we require to file GSTR 9C, that is audit case. And they also asked me if there is a difference coming difference in the filing of GST as per books of account and the filing of GST as per like annual GST annual, that is GST, then how you will match it and what can be the reason behind it. So all these questions, which I think if you are working in the industry, if you are working during the articleship, then you know all these questions. Apart from that, they also ask me like what is GSTR2 and what is GSTR3B, all these majorly questions. And also what is risk RCM, that is reverse charge mechanism. They ask me to explain everything with the example.
So they were actually going through a lot of conceptual questions on GST like RCM or ITC or 16.4, 17.5 ineligible credit.
Right,
So they were much more interested to know about your conceptual knowledge. Maybe they were also asking you some amendments
yes,
at that time.
yes, they had asked me amendment also related to RCM only, and also like ITC, availment of ITC.
Okay, so then basically you're testing your conceptual knowledge and your
Mm.
amendments as well. Okay. Also, they
Yes,
might be asking you about BPCL also little bit and what is a
yes,
particular GST transaction on a BPCL transaction. What will be impact of GST on BPCL activities business? Did they ask you about those things?
yes. Firstly, it is I think no sense that you need to for any interview you need to get to know about the company's background, go through the company's website itself, and get to know the any recent events or the recent news came across in regarding the BPCL. So you need to or any company, you need to get through the news and understand the crux of it, because they can ask you question regarding that. And talking about the BPCL, they had asked me basically how do you know the BPCL and what are the competitor for BPCL? Like we
Hmm.
know that Indian Oil is competitor for BPCL. All these questions, and like in
For
this
the
question.
competitors of BPCL, about the company also, they are asking a lot of questions,
Yes.
right? This is also
Yes.
very important thing for the student to prepare about the company, and also maybe what is the GST transaction treatment on a particular transaction of BPCL. Did they ask you on that?
Yes. Yes.
On a particular business
They had
activities? Maybe they had made
they
some
give
case studies.
example.
Case studies they have given you any?
Yes, yes, they given me example and the situation they had faced, and they asked me ki what you would have done in this situation.
Do you
I need to
remember
give
that
my.
example? Do you remember that example or case study? Easier.
I exactly don't. I exactly not remember, but basically they had asked me risk reverse charge mechanism only. The question related to risk reverse charge mechanism only. Ki how you would had shown this into your account, and also there was question that we were like there was some difference there was some difference in charging GST, like instead of uh, charging IGST for the interstate transaction, they had charged they had shown it as
CGST.
interstate, and how could we can rectify this, all these questions they had
There is
asked
a
me.
form, I guess, for if you have charged IGST instead of ICGST and GST, whatever the form you have to fill up, and by that means of that form you can rectify those changes. I don't know, it's PMT09 maybe. The form you have to
Yes,
fill up,
yes.
and by filling that form you can change that inter rates. I'm not sure about it, but maybe that is the form PMT09. So you can change the that interstate transaction. So I
Right,
think
right.
that, yeah, so that they asked you. They may add. They also might have asked on the refund provisions also. Refund under
um,
GST. Did they ask you refund?
No, they had
Whatever
not asked me
restructure.
exactly regarding the refund, but basically they asked me ki, any refund, what is the refund procedure, what kind of form you
Okay.
fill on this question.
Did they ask on
They have,
litigation front also? Litigation questions? No.
no, if you had, since I had no experience in litigation front, so they did not ask, although they are about to ask me all these kind of questions.
Okay,
But
they were
I
about to
told
ask
them
you.
that,
They can focus on the conceptual knowledge and your articleship experience and all. Much more, and
and
about their
they
industry
are,
experience.
yeah, they are sharing their experience and what they had faced, and they will suppose you to, they will assume that you will what you would have done in this case. So basically they give you case study kind of problem, and you can discuss and come to the answer.
Great. And how many rounds of interview were there? And how many
It was
interview members also? How many actually took your interview? How many people?
two it, the interview round taken by two people.
Two people. And how many rounds of interview?
It was two round.
Two rounds. So both are were technical.
Yes.
So you were selected at the end in this.
Yeah, BPCL. Yes, the process was quite not so very tough. It was quite easy.
You need to get the referral, right? If you are not giving a referral, then it is difficult. The referral
Yes,
you got from LinkedIn only, right?
yes. You need to have a good relationship with the existing industrial trainee or ex-industrial trainee.
Okay. So that is the way you got it into BPCL industrial training, and you got selected as well, which is very good. So I think this video will actually help a lot of people, because you told the exact process also, and also the interview questions which were asked in this questions. And I hope our mentorship sessions also might have helped you in clearing, because we also share the questions on taxation profile. So I think that has also helped you a lot.
Yes, definitely it had helped me a lot. Like for answering the GST part question, it was very smooth sailing for me. I think this is the reason I told that the interview round was easy for me, because I already know the most of the questions.
Most of the
Because
questions
you had
were
said.
conceptual questions were there, so you were able to crack them. Great. It was great talking to you, and I hope ki the students, whoever is applying for any GST profile round, I think these questions are now commonly asked there also. Also, you have to make sure that your resume is also very well structured to a taxation profile, because many of them, they try to make a very all-rounder type of profile which does not get selected also. So resume is also a very important part. So you have to make sure that the resume contains much more GST experience of yours, to make it
Yeah,
more
you need to
specialized
customize
profile.
your
Customize your
yeah, you
resume as per the
customize
job
your
requirements. Okay,
Right,
and if
right.
anybody is interested in GS Prime mentorship, the number is in the description. You can enroll. You can reach out to our WhatsApp support team and enroll. And we are taking very nominal charges, and we will help you with the resume review, interview questions, career guidance, and how the job vacancies, job referrals. So we will try to help you as much as possible. And we have Monday to Sunday sessions. So we would request you once reach out to our support team, and I think this will really help you a lot. And the same way that like it has helped Garima. Thank you, Garima,
Yes.
for attending this session, and I hope that everybody has liked this video and they have learned a lot. And definitely in the comment section, do tell us thank you so that we feel that we are doing a good job by making this content. Thank you so much. Do subscribe this channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.